Let me make sure this thing is on and direct. Perfect. Let me welcome back everyone to the first inning. Now to the millions watching around the world, watching this show, and to the thousands that listen into the area. Now, New York City, on this show, New York City, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Philly, I see you, you in the building. We have never been wrong here. We have never been wrong on this show. Now, me, I like to talk realistically, baseball-wise, which is great to have. Then we got Roger, the big Yankee fan. He's the fan of the Yankees. He's live or die with the Yankees. He's going to go all the way down with them, no matter what. He always has hope that the team will do better. And then on the show, we have Michael Caputo. He'll call me in later. And he's the guy on how all Yankee fans feel. That what Michael Caputo, he's the guy that feels like all Yankee fans. And it's great to have all those opinions. So on this show, that's what you have. And on this show, we have never been wrong. Now, this is the first inning radio show. We were actually a real radio show back in one time. We did it for 1 year. But we still have a radio show under our belt. And I've been doing it ever since. And I keep it here. It was my show, so I kept all the rights and everything to it. So the first inning lives here until maybe one day I could build up another channel for it and it'll live on its own channel, which maybe I should do for it. I should build a first inning channel and put clips up and stuff. That might be a good idea. Here's Michael now. Hello?
Hello?
All right, man. I got it on the air now.
Okay.
But, man, we were talking earlier, man, and, man, these Yankees suck, man. There's no way around
terrible.
it.
They're terrible. I wish they would just call the season. They're terrible.
You know, I mean, what the hell happened, man? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. You can't make this up. They won 13 in a row, and now this team is in a total tailspin. You just can't make this up. I don't know what it is. They look like they're amazing 1 minute, and then the next minute they look like they just they look like they're just non-existent.
I don't know, man. I tried to defend this team.
Yeah, after the 13-game winning streak, I was like on cloud nine. I was like, we're definitely going to make the playoffs now, at least as a wild card. And just think, we were in the wild card. We had the top spot, and we were only 4 games out of the division. Now they're 9.5, 10 games out of the division. And now they're going to lose the wild card standings. I don't even care about the division, but at least keep the wild cards. They don't even have the Blue Jays are only a half game out. That's it.
Yeah, it's bad, man. And the way
they did it to themselves. They didn't beat the Orioles. They didn't beat the Angels. They lost to the Blue Jays 4 games. Now they got to play the Mets. Huh.
And what they're saying is, if the postseason started today, right?
Yeah.
We would have to play Boston, and then the winner of that game has to play Tampa Bay.
Yeah, if the playoffs would start right now, the Yankees would still be in the playoffs and play the Red Sox, but the playoffs are not starting today. So, and there's 2 weeks left. I'll tell you this: they better turn this around very, very quickly, because this is going to become a living nightmare for them very fast. Because if they don't beat the Mets, this season's over, man. They're going to be 2 games out of the wild card if they lose to the Mets.
Yeah, it's true.
And then they got to fight their way back in it again. I don't think they're going to come back from that. Even being 2 games out, I still think they're finished, because they had a lead in the wild card and they blew it, and they didn't have a big enough lead. That's why I told you we needed a big lead, and they couldn't nail it down. They just couldn't nail it down. They had to get at least a 7-game or 8-game lead. Now you could forget that.
That's true. That's true.
Forget that.
That's true, man. We need it. It's like the 13-game lead is for nothing.
Yep. It was for nothing because they never caught the Rays and they couldn't get a big lead in the wild card. How do you not get like a big lead in the wild card after winning 13 in a row? I don't get that. Well, I mean, what did Oakland and Seattle do and Toronto do? They weren't good. I mean, you mean to tell me they couldn't get a big lead?
Well, that 13-game streak got us to the first wild card. Basically.
It did, but they could have got like at least a 6 or 7 game lead, and they didn't even do it.
Yeah, because at that threshold right there, that's when we went to Oakland, and then that's when the losing started.
Yeah, and then the Angels, and then the Orioles, and they came home and they played like shit. I didn't think they were going to do that. I mean, you coming back to Yankee Stadium and you're playing the Orioles, you should easily sweep the Orioles, and they should have split with the Blue Jays. I mean, they just blew it. And if they would have split with the Blue Jays basically would have came in the way they left. They would have left the way they came in. They would have been 4.5 games or 3 games out, I think. And it wouldn't have been as bad. Then you would have been like, all right, we got this. And then the Mets, I mean, you would have felt more confident playing this fucking team. Now, I don't know, man. It just doesn't look good. It's just...
Yeah. It's terrible, man. It's terrible, man. I mean, at this point in time, oh, shout out to Henry on the check-in, man. At this point in time, if the Yankees lose like this and the season is over like this, I mean, they have to get rid of Aaron Boone.
Yeah, he's got to go.
I mean, that's
and
mandatory.
Not just Aaron Boone. Everybody's got to go. Like from the front office to the players, I want everybody gone. I wanted this team to sell at the deadline. Why didn't they sell? See, this is what I was afraid of, and look what happened now. I mean, and this is what I was very curious to know how this team was going to respond after they won the 13 in a row. Like, what were they going to do after they lost the game? And this is the way they respond, not making the playoffs now. I was so anxious to know how were they going to like come back from that, and I was hoping they were going to come back from it. And this is what they do: they blow the whole entire thing. I mean, this is not what I expected. I was worried about this too. I was scared, and I was like, God forbid this team collapses again and they go into a slump, and they did. They did.
Yeah, man, I can't believe it, man. I thought this was it. This was gonna be, you know,
at least the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, at least get to the playoffs. Yeah, I thought maybe they get.
You know,
get hot. Maybe
this is the taxi, and we're all getting in it. You know what I mean? And we're going, but. Man, I don't know.
I'll never get excited ever again for a winning streak. I can tell you that much. I'll never get excited because this is the way they always play the Yankees. They're just backwards, man. They're up and down. You can't trust this team. They're hot and cold. They look amazing 1 minute, and then they just look like they don't belong. I just can't. It's so hard to be a Yankee fan. That's why I told you. I just feel like just quitting on this team. I can't take them anymore. They're too much.
Yeah.
You can't watch this team, man. It's just too much to handle.
And it's like, man, and we've been saying it this whole year, like you know, this is what's gonna happen if these guys don't do this and that, and they didn't do it, man. They didn't get pitching that would have helped them. You know, they went in and rather have gotten Joey Gallo for what? You know what I mean? If they were gonna make the Rizzo move, that would have been dope anyway. If they make the Rizzo move, period. You know what
Joey
I mean?
Gallo was a terrible, terrible decision.
But Gallo, now we got to deal with him next year too.
Yeah, fuck that.
You know, and
I wish they would just trade him.
And I don't understand why these people listen to these idiots saying that it was a good idea to get this guy.
I told you, we said it. The guy was a bum.
We did a whole show on it.
He's a strikeout choke artist. He's a nobody. He's terrible, this guy. He doesn't provide anything for this team. I don't want to hear people say, oh, he's got a great glove. He's a great defensive player. He's not. He's not even good defensively. I don't even think he's good defensively. He has got nothing. He brings nothing to the table, this guy. He was terrible. They thought this guy was going to save the Yankees. He was going to take the Yankees to the playoffs. He was going to be the savior. Get out of here. I knew that wasn't going to happen. What do you think, this guy was going to save the Yankees from getting to the playoffs? They suck. And Gallo's a loser. He's not a winning player.
Yeah,
he's a strikeout or a home run. That's it. And he really is a strikeout or a home run. This guy, 99%. His batting average is so horrible. He's got a 206. He sucked with the Texas Rangers. I knew this guy. I didn't want this guy from 3-4 years ago. He's gone. He's absolute garbage.
Yeah, man. I mean, we did a whole show on this, man, on why we shouldn't get this guy. You know, I mean, MLB The MLB.com, if you just look at the website, it tells you this guy is horrible. You can see his stats.
Why were they hyping this trade up when the Yankees traded for him? They were all making it like it was a blockbuster move. It wasn't. It was terrible. I wasn't excited when we got him. I was upset. I was like, you kidding me? Why? Why did we get this bum? He's not going to do nothing.
They should have just kept getting bullpen guys and maybe a starting pitcher.
They needed a starter and they needed relievers. Cashman's an idiot.
Yeah,
we needed a starter. We should have traded for Barrios. That's who they should have traded for the Yankees. No, too expensive because of prospects. Who gives a crap? They should have traded for him at the deadline, not freaking Joey Gallo. They should have got fucking a pitcher, a starter.
Yeah, because contracts don't matter because they're gonna get hurt anyway, and they're gonna be useless later. You know what I'm saying? So get the guy while it's hot. A reliever and a starter. That's what we needed desperately because they knew their bullpen was no good. Even with Loizaga, we had a very shaky bullpen, and we didn't have a good rotation after Garrett Cole. Those are the needs that the Yankees needed to make, not freaking offense. We have enough offense, and I don't care that we were too right-handed heavy and we needed lefty bats. They needed starting pitching. Now we got the lefty bats, and did they do anything? No. Everyone thought because we were going to get more lefties, it was going to help balance out the lineup and help this team win. It didn't. It didn't help. They suck. They suck. Man. They're not good. It's true, man. It's sad. It really is
Rizzo's
sad.
good, but, I mean, it wasn't enough. They had to get starting pitching. I don't understand this team. I don't understand it. I wish we would have made the trades the Dodgers made, but the problem was Scherzer didn't want to come here, so they had no choice. He didn't want to waive his no-trade clause. He didn't want to come to New York, so it's not their fault. But, I mean, the Dodgers, they made the best moves, and they're going to win now. I mean, I think they're the favorite again.
Well, man, I mean, they had they problems too, you know. So, I mean,
the problems they're one of the best teams in all of baseball.
They could definitely be the guys to beat.
They're right there. They're only one game out of first place. They're a 13-game lead in the wild card. The Dodgers are on their way. They already clinched the playoff berth. The Yankees have a lot of work to do if they want to make the playoffs because they are still 78 wins. They're nowhere near as close to clinching a playoff berth. Nowhere near as close. I don't know how they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't know.
They're not, man. I mean, if they're gonna continue to lose, and now we got to go to Citi Field, you know what I mean? And I don't know how they're gonna play there.
I hope they could take this game tonight. I don't even know who's pitching for the Yankees. I think it's Jordan Montgomery. I think
because I say it all the time. Every time some team has to play the Yankees, their attributes become like 10 plus, and now they start playing like Hall of Famers against us.
Look what happened to the Orioles. Did you think the Orioles were going to do that to the Yankees? I thought the Yankees were going to sweep the Orioles. Nobody expected the Orioles. So if you can't beat the Orioles, how are you going to beat the Mets? Come on.
You know what I mean? And the Orioles were playing like they were a World Series team.
Yeah, when they were playing against the Yankees, they were.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow.
And these teams, like, they die, they roll over and die, and then when they play the Yankees, they just stand up. That's it. They get up to them. They hate the Yankees. They want to beat them. They're the team to beat. They just know they had the chance to knock the Yankees out of the playoffs. Yeah. If the Mets beat them, then they're going to knock the Yankees out of the playoffs this week. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's what the Mets want to do, boy.
Yeah, knock them out. They're playing spoilers. They got nothing to lose, the Mets, and they're not going to make it either. But at least they get to knock the Yankees out of it. They'll be happy.
It's true.
So you're damn right they're going to be playing for something. The Mets, they're not going to. That's why everyone's like, oh, look at the way the Mets have played too. They suck too. They don't hit, and they lost to the Marlins. I still don't. I'm telling you, I don't look at that as anything. I think they're going to play. They're going to play hard. They're going to play the Yankees hard. Watch, I'm telling you. Unless the Mets completely just die in the series and they get swept, but I doubt it.
Oh, God. Man. If the Yankees got... Maybe... Who knows? Maybe they go to Citi Field and kick some butt and this turns around.
Well, if this isn't the series they turn around, what series are they going to turn it around? I mean, like, you have 22 games left. What series are they going to turn it around? Keep saying this. We thought the Angels was going to be the series they were going to turn around. We thought the Orioles were going to be the series. We thought Blue Jays. Right. What series? After this, they play the Orioles again, then they play the Indians, then they play the Texas Rangers. What series? Because the time is running out. If they don't turn it around this weekend, it's over. That's it. They don't have enough time left.
They have to turn it around today. Period. Today.
Yes,
today.
That's it.
Because
and this team is dead. They're out of it. That's it. They're not going to make it.
What's the lead for the Yankees in the second one now? 2 games or 3 games still?
The wild card. They're only a half a game up with the Blue Jays. That's it.
Half a game.
That's it. If the Blue Jays win today and the Yankees lose, the Yankees are out. That's it.
Holy
Just
cow.
like that.
Oh man.
That's it. And the Yankees lose tomorrow, then they're 2 games out.
Wow, man, that was a big series for them, man. For the Blue Jays to come in here and beat us
that's
like
why
that,
it was big.
man.
They took all 4 games. If the Yankees could have at least split, then they would have left the way they came in, but they didn't. And the Yankees, I can't believe you just gave that team life. The Blue Jays, I thought were dead. We were talking about them too about a month ago. I even said to you, I said, there's no way the Blue Jays are going to come back into this race. And they did. Not only that, the Mariners and the Oakland A's are only 2 games out. So this looks like this is going to be a tight race between all these teams now. Not just the Blue Jays, even the Seattle Mariners and the Oakland A's have a chance.
You know what? This could go down to a 1-game playoff at the end.
Maybe
one of those season tying games, whatever they call it.
Tiebreakers, maybe.
Wow, man, that's crazy. Yo. This season is unbelievable. Like in both leagues,
because the Yankees don't know how to put teams away. They don't know how to pull away from teams. They suck. They should have secured a bigger lead in the wild card, and they wouldn't have had to deal with this problem. They did this last year too. They almost blew it, and they didn't make the playoffs last year. If you remember last year, they were struggling down the stretch.
I mean, the little league team for Michigan plays better than these Yankees.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
If they get scored on right away, the Yankees, if they trail again, the game's over. Just like that. It just doesn't take anything to know. The Yankees lose if they're losing by 1 run, and that's it. They suck. They never take the. They can't take an early lead. The Yankees.
Yeah, and they only score 1 run a game. 2 runs
That's
a game max.
And they tie it up, and then they lose. And I knew that the way that game went yesterday, it was identical to the game before. They tied the game, and then the Blue Jays came back, took the lead back, and they lost. That's it.
Yeah.
Once the Yankees, you know it now. It's the opposite of the way they played when they won the 13 in a row. When they lose, when they drop 1 run, that's it. You know they're not coming back. It's it. They give up.
And what kills me is, too, that, right, you see all these guys in yesterday's game, Luke Voigt and Sanchez, and all these guys hit home runs when it doesn't matter.
Yeah, solo shots. They hit like solo home runs.
You know what I mean? These guys can't do it when it matters. When it's clutch time, they can't hit that.
They know the Yankees were never a clutch team, never. And all these Yankee fans keep always kissing their ass. And I'm getting so sick of these Yankee fans. I'm tired of them. They know this team's not making the playoffs. Give me a break. I don't care what you say. Oh, there's still time left. There's not time left. There's not much time left. And they're out of the wild card now. How are they going to come back? Do you still think they're going to make the playoffs if they're 2-3 games out? No way. If they fall out of it, then it's over. These fans have to wake up. They don't want to admit it. They're not going to make it. If they're full 2 games out, it's over.
It's true, man. I mean, if we lose today, it's over. Season's over. Period.
If they lose a series, yeah. I mean, if they lose this game, I'm not going to be confident anymore. That's it.
Nah, it's over, man. Because Then how are we going to come back into the second wild card now?
Not even the second wild card.
It's going to be terrible.
They're going to lose the whole thing if they lose this series. That's what
I'm saying. We won't even get that. Yeah, we're gonna be knocked out today if these guys don't win. Period.
Well, that's their own fault. They should have got a bigger lead. That's why I was afraid that they were going to blow the whole thing because they didn't have a big lead, and they weren't winning any of those games. They lost to all those teams. They lost to the Orioles. They lost to the Angels. They lost to the Blue Jays. They didn't beat Oakland. They should have took 3 out of 4. They split with Oakland. They lost all those games, and all those teams picked up on them. The Yankees don't win when those other teams lose. They just don't. They don't pick up on a lot of ground.
It's true, man. They don't, man, and that's been the story the whole year, man. They can't do it.
Yeah, they did. This was a monumental collapse. I didn't think this was going to happen. I can't get over this. First the Mets collapsed, now the Yankees collapsed.
Yeah, that was huge too, which was crazy.
Oh, this might be worse because the Yankees were expected to make the playoffs.
I mean, like we said earlier, when they got Cole, they promised Cole a World Series this year, right? And they said that, oh, we promised you a World Series, and what's happening now? You don't even help the guy win a World Series.
Yeah.
Horrible, man. So
well, look,
you basically lied to the guy.
If they beat the Mets, they stay alive, but they got to continue to win. They just can't win one series and stop. They have to keep going, and hopefully they can ride off of that. I really would have liked if they won last night. This way, they would have maybe took the winning into this series. But I really would have liked to get this losing streak out of the way, man. We have to snap this losing streak. It's 6 in a row now. They have to win a game. When are they going to win a game ever again? They haven't won since Friday. Last Friday.
Wow, that's true. That's crazy.
Yeah. And they almost lost that game against the Orioles.
And how we even still in contention, right? With all this,
I can't believe it.
With all this losing, man.
They haven't won a game since last Friday. And they have to snap this losing streak. That's another problem. They haven't won a game. They still haven't won. They're winless. When are they going to win? They keep losing every game.
Yeah.
This is getting to be crazy now. It's going to be 7 in a row. They're going to lose. I mean, that right there, you get knocked out of the playoffs. If you lose that many games in a row, right there, you get knocked out of the playoffs. You can't lose that many games when you're trying to, get a wild card spot. Trying to clinch a wild card and secure a playoff berth.
Wow.
You lose that many games, you knock yourself right out of it. That's it.
Half a game behind, and Toronto won 8 in a row. Holy cow!
Yeah, they're in trouble. The Yankees are in a lot of trouble, deep trouble.
Wow,
White
man.
flag. And they're in deep shit, man. I don't know. They got to pull themselves out of this quick because they're in a fucking hole.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse my language, but this team they have their backs against the wall. They better wake up. They better turn this around quick because they're going to find themselves out of the whole playoff picture very soon. And these Yankee fans could say that they're still confident, and then they say that you're not a real fan and you're giving up and you're a bandwagon or a front runner. I'm sorry, but you got to think realistically. You got to look at the big picture. This team right now stinks. They can't hit the beach ball. They suck. They couldn't buy runs, the Yankees.
Yeah. I mean,
they couldn't buy a run.
That's true. They're looking like they're blind out there, man. They're
horrible.
It's a fact.
They're trying too hard. It's a mental thing. They just don't have any confidence in themselves. They just don't believe they can win. They threw the season out the window. I don't know how it went from so good to so bad though, so quickly. It turned right. It dropped like a dime on them. It just overnight. They were playing so great, and then all of a sudden, just like that, they just said, we don't care anymore.
No,
I mean, how does that happen so fast?
Now, at this point in time, like I said many of times before, is it okay to say that we should fire the batting coach? The hitting coach?
Speaking of him,
oh, come
I don't
on.
bring him up that much anymore. He's terrible.
Come on. I mean, really? Like, this
goes to show you how bad their offense is because their freaking batting coach sucks. How do you win 13 in a row and you go right back into a slump again? He's terrible, that guy.
Come on, man. I mean, wow. So they're just going to keep this guy and that's it? I think they should
have fired him months ago.
Yeah, they should have, man. I said that.
I don't care what people tell me. That's a good batting coach. You win 13 games in a row and then you lose 6 in a row. What kind of a batting coach is that?
And now they look lost. And they look lost now. Lost.
The Yankees look like they're a bunch of lost puppies. Gio
Shirley, he looked like he's trying to hit a fly out there when he swing. Torres, he's gone. He's lost. He don't even know what day it is. We could go up and down
with this line. Gleyber Torres looks like he's a shell of himself. He can't hit. He can't defend. The shell looks completely dead. He looks like he belongs in a. He looks like he should be playing tennis or golf or something. The way he's hitting. Joe Gallo, I don't know what the hell that guy is on with his eyes popping out of his eyeballs. What is that guy on? What is he on, Tourette syndrome?
I don't know, man. I don't know what's wrong with him.
I mean, like, this is just like a shit show. Judge and Stanton are in slumps.
Yes, it is.
It just keeps going with this team. Luke Voigt swings for the fences. It looks like he's about to fall on his ass every time he swings. He strikes out like he's a golfer or something, like he's a tennis player.
Yeah, man.
Like, what the hell are you swinging at? He's swinging at balls way outside of the zone. They don't play the guy enough. Their starting pitching is just awful. Aaron Boone looks like he's just sitting there and just wanting this team to lose.
And then these Yankee fans think that Anthony Rizzo is gonna sign a contract with the Yankees. You know that ain't happening.
I don't
He's
know.
out of here.
I don't know. At this point, you know what?
Who wants to play here?
How could you even be thinking about that right now? Who the hell wants to? Who cares about the off season? I want this team to freaking win this year. I don't care about next year. Who gives a crap about the off season? I don't even care about the off season.
Yeah, man, it's true, man. But they're gonna have to.
Rizzo's not even playing good.
Nah,
Rizzo
man.
sucks.
Nah, man.
This whole team sucks. I don't want any of these guys back. I hope they just get. I just wish they would just freaking just trade everybody next year.
Yeah, I wish they would get rid of a lot of guys. They need.
This whole team sucks. They're never going to win a World Series with these players. Never. They're losers. I don't want
we need a new
I'll take the old
catcher.
guys back. Give me Derek Jeter.
We
Give
need
me
a
Bernie Williams.
catcher.
Give me Posada. Those are the guys I want. Not these fucking losers.
It's true,
These
man.
are the
And they can't
losers.
even find players like that no more. They can't even find like we was talking about Derek Jeter. What does Derek Jeter lead in?
And you know what's something? All these Yankee fans of today, because you know they're all like the new fans. I call them the new age fans. They think that Aaron Judge is better than Derek Jeter. Yeah, okay.
No way.
Sure.
No way.
Yeah, right.
Derek
That's
Jeter
funny.
He was leading the franchise in doubles, RBIs, stolen bases.
I laugh at those
hits.
people.
Are you
Aaron
an
Judge,
idiot?
he hasn't had a big freaking clutch hit in his entire career.
No.
Look at all the games in the playoffs. What did he do? He just struck out. He did nothing.
Struck out. Hell yeah. He can't even play right field. He's
a great defender. He just sucks in the clutch. He can't hit. He's a strikeout machine. He's another bum.
How many baseballs has he's missed in right field already this past week in Yankee Stadium alone?
I don't really see
cow.
the plays. I think he's just not a clutch gene. He doesn't have the clutch gene, Aaron Judge. He's a great defensive player. He's not a winning player though. He's not a winning player.
He gets scared, man. He gets scared. So
is Stanton too. Stanton's another one that cooled off. Those two guys were carrying the Yankees, and now they're doing nothing. And if they don't hit, the Yankees ain't going nowhere. Because if those two guys don't hit for the Yankees, they're really going to go nowhere. The Yankees this season.
It's true, man.
And Brett Gardner's another bum. I don't know how they play this guy every single day. Another bum. Another guy that's an automatic out. And DJ LeMahieu. Oh, yeah, I have to bring up DJ LeMahieu. Major disappointment. All me and you were talking about in the offseason is bringing this guy back and re-signing him. And he's done nothing but regress the whole entire season. Nothing but regress. Just terrible.
Yeah, man.
All right.
And he's been playing hurt for whatever reason and doesn't want to get it taken care of.
Yep.
You know, so he's going to play like that.
Definitely not worth 6 years. And we got to deal with this guy for 5 more years. I'm sorry, but this was a terrible contract so far. I mean, I guess some people were right about him being, like, overrated and he's old. And I'm not saying I didn't want him back, but if you get another 5 years out of this guy and he hits like this, this was a terrible contract.
Yeah, it was, man, because we expected him to do a whole lot better than this, man.
I mean, where did this guy turn old overnight? I mean, he just, like, you hit 327 and 364 in his first 2 years. Now he's back 260, 264, whatever the hell he's hitting. I mean, he's just terrible. He's not the same guy.
No, he's not, man, at all.
He's also injured, I think. He's playing hurt. He's got to be hurt. I mean, he can't be this bad. And if he is, then damn, they shouldn't have signed him to a 6-year contract.
No, man, they should sit him down if he's hurt, man.
That was another reason why the Yankees are going nowhere this year, because LeMahieu is not the same player. He's an automatic out. Every time he comes up, he hits into a double play or he grounds out. He's a weak ground out hitter. You see the way he hits. He flies out. He pops up. He grounds out. Every time he comes up, you know it's an automatic out.
That's a weak ground ball or a weak pop-up.
Yep, he sucks. He's a waste of space, this guy. This whole team, I mean, how do they have 78 wins? That's what I like to know. They shouldn't even have that many wins, the Yankees.
The way they've been losing, right? Yeah, I don't even know how they're still in contention.
Yeah, because they had that winning streak. That was the only thing that saved them. They had that winning streak. That was the only thing that saved this whole team this season. That was the best thing that happened to them, and now they suck. Now you can wash that away because that streak is done. It's out the window now.
Yeah, it is, man. It's like it's non-existent.
Because they lost 6 in a row. How do you come back from something like that? I mean, you were supposed to keep this going. They just put the Yankee lineup out. No. Let's see. It's LeMahieu, Gardner, Judge, Rizzo, Torres, Gallo, Sanchez, Urshela. No Luke Voigt.
And he just popped a home run yesterday. You sit the guy down when he just got hot.
Yeah, they do. Because there's no DH. That's probably why. But that's the one. I don't know. I'm
no DH.
confident.
That's right, no DH.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the DH with no DH in the National League. But this series is basically the make and break for the Yankees. I mean, this is it for them. If they do lose this series, they will be out of the playoffs. I mean, not mathematically eliminated, but they're going to be out of the playoff picture. Like, they'll be out of the wild card this weekend. That's it. If they lose the 2 games to the Mets, they will be 2 games out of the wild card. And the Blue Jays and the Red Sox will be in it. The Yankees suck, man. I mean, you couldn't get like a big lead in the wild card.
Yeah, I mean, they I can't believe they lost it like that.
Yep.
You know, it's just right out of the window, man. Like it doesn't even matter.
Look at the Dodgers. They're 13.5 games up, and the Padres are right there. The Cincinnati Reds and the Padres is a dead tie.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, Cincinnati.
The Yankees are just holding on to a thin thread right now. It's just a very thin thread. I mean, they have to win the series tonight. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I know we lost to the Orioles, which was worse, and the Angels, and the Toronto Blue Jays, but they have to beat this team. They have to. That's it. Like, put up a shut-up. Start scoring runs and hold the lead. Their bullpen is absolutely taxed, too. You lost Jonathan Loizaga. That was a major blow.
Yep.
You lost your best relief pitcher.
It's true, man.
I mean, I don't know how they're going to get any of these outs now. That's another thing. When they do take the lead, how are they going to win? Because you can't trust any of these relief pitches.
It's true. You can't. Not one of them. And you know they're going to put in Heaney in there. Whatever the hell his name is.
He's terrible. He's the worst, that guy.
Oh, my God.
Every time he comes in, you got to raise the white flag. He's awful, that guy. He's the worst.
I don't even know why they even bring him in there.
I never wanted him. I knew from the beginning when they traded him he was going to suck. I never liked that trade. I don't know what Cashman was thinking. When they could have gotten a solid starting pitcher, they go for this bum. I mean, they just horrible move after horrible move after horrible move. They just don't know what they're doing. The front office doesn't know what they're doing. They just don't know how to control this team. They really don't. That's why we never ever win. We never win.
Yeah,
I don't know how a team that has so much money that they do, and they have one of the highest payrolls. The Dodgers, the Yankees have the second highest payroll behind the Dodgers, and they don't know how to build a championship caliber team. How the hell do they don't? What's wrong with this team? They purposely want to screw up.
It's true because, right? How do these guys? They claim, the Yankee management claims, they base their decisions on analytics.
But I'm so tired of this analytics crap.
But here's my point. Hold on,
analytics with this front office. Go out there, grow some balls, and put a winning product on the field, and build a championship team.
But here's the thing, though. My point is this, right? What analytics are they looking at? Because
I know. And stop with the luxury tax crap. Go over the luxury tax. We don't want this luxury tax thing to stay in effect every season. I'm tired with Steinbrenner. We got to keep. Oh, the fans got to keep coming out to the stadium. No. How about the fans don't come out to the stadium and don't support your shitty ass team? And maybe then you'll wake up. I'm tired of this owner. He's a joke, and Brian Cashman's a joke. They care more about the revenue and the fans coming to the stadium than they do about winning championships.
Well, there's no fans going to the games.
They're not even getting. Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. They're not even getting any fans. They only had 32,000 people there last night. What does that tell you?
I mean, when I went to the game on Wednesday, it was worse than the pandemic.
They're not even coming. They don't care about this team. Maybe that'll maybe that'll knock sense into Steinbrenner. They're not coming to your stadium because they suck. Nobody cares about the Yankees. Wake up. They're terrible. They're not a good team. They're lucky that they got the 13 in a row. This team's a fluke. They're a fluke.
Like I was explaining before, the Yankee scam is they get this big player in the off season, and then they sell you a dream that they got this player and we're gonna win the World Series.
Yeah, they're a bunch of jokers.
You know, and they want you to buy these tickets.
That seals the deal, and they lose again. They do the same thing every year. They're horrible buying World Series. They never win.
You know, because
nobody screws up the way they do.
And
they're the poster boy. They're the poster boy of doing that. Buying a World Series and losing every year. They're embarrassing.
Because, you know, you get the players in the offseason, but then when the trade deadline shows up, you got to find a player to help your team, move on. And they always get the wrong guy.
The big guns in the trading deadline. That's another problem that they have. They never do. They always strike out the trading deadline, too. That pisses me off. I'm not going to ever be confident in them ever again now. I'm not going to be confident in them in the offseason or the trading deadline. They never make those moves. We've seen this time and time again that this team has failed. There's so many angles to look at that why this team never wins a World Series and why it's been 12 years. Their management is horrible. Their organization is horrible. Their scouting department is horrible. Their manager is terrible. The general manager is terrible. The players are terrible. They're just not ever going to win. If these things don't change, they will never win a World Series. Never. There's not 10, 20, 15, 50, 60 years. Never.
Yeah, man.
If they don't make these changes, we will never win, ever.
Right, man. That whole scouting department has to be fired. They should be all fired.
Yes, they're terrible. I was watching the Dodgers video on the Dodgers scouting department, and the Dodgers have an excellent farm system. They have a great farm system, and they have a young general manager. They know how to scout. The Yankees don't. Their scouting is awful.
They don't
know how to develop pitching. The last great pitcher they developed was Andy Pettitte. I mean, they just don't know. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, man, because they got these scouts with their head so far up their ass because they're working for the Yankees. Oh, I'm a Yankee scout. Oh, I'm a Yankee scout. So they think they don't got to work as hard as everybody else does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I have to say this, and I don't care what anybody says. They don't win this year. They don't make the playoffs. I'm done. I'm done as a fan. I'm not going to support this team ever again. I'm finished with this team. I'm that's it. I'm done. I had enough of this team. I had it up to here. I'm at my wit's end. If they don't if they don't make the playoffs this year, or win a World Series, which looks highly doubtful, that's it. I'm finished. I'm not gonna.
At this point, I'm
anxious to see what they're gonna do next year, though. But I'm not getting my hopes up. I think I did say I'll give them one more chance next year, but that's it.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though. This is the thing. This is the thing. Regardless, the reality is, if the Yankees lose the way they're going to lose this season, if they lose like that, horrible, I mean, who the hell wants to go to a game next year? They're not going to get fans,
if they don't even
period.
Make the playoffs, that's even more embarrassing. That gives me a better, I'm telling you, that gives me even more a reason not to be a fan anymore. You don't even make the playoffs? I'm really going to throw in the towel after that. That's it. I've had it.
Because
I'm going to be a Dodgers fan.
For example, right, the 2017 season, right? We got the new guys. We made it to the playoffs. We thought we were going to win. We had a chance. You know what I mean? So, okay, we lost. But then you feel like, man, we could have won the World Series. I want to go to the game next year. That team was the best team I thought out of all the 5 years. I thought they should have won that year. I really thought for sure they were going to win. Yeah.
They were hungry. They had the drive. You could tell they were a gritty bunch. They were a young team at the time. They were younger, and they looked like they really wanted to win that year. And the bottom fell out. And I don't know how in the hell that the teams that came after them were worse than that team. I don't get that. You had gotten Garrett Cole and Stanton, and you mean to tell me that made the Yankees worse? That they couldn't even get to a World Series? They haven't made it to a World Series since 2009.
Yeah, man. It's over 10 years. What is it with this
team? I mean, I just can't. They're so unclutched in the playoffs. They just don't come through with runners in scoring position. When the playoffs come, you know what's going to happen. You know the outcome. They always fail. They just can't ever get the big hits when you need them. They just constantly always choke the Yankees. I'm just tired of this every year. It's too much.
Yeah, man. I mean, they don't even let the players play. You got Boone calling the game like Girardi from the dugout. You're like telling this guy what to pitch and all that. Like, let the pitchers pitch, man. You know what I mean? I can't believe that CC Sabathia let Girardi pitch his game. You know what I mean? I thought you go out there and you try to get it out yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah,
they make so many bad decisions, this organization. And also, Aaron Boone cost the Yankees a lot of those playoff runs. He did last year. He did the year before. He always makes those horrible bonehead moves. If you remember last year, the Yankees were on their way. They were playing great. They won the 3 games in a row. Remember, they won the 2 wild card games against the Indians, and they won the first games against Tampa. And then what does Aaron Boone do? He manages. That's what he does, because he put in, instead of Tanaka, he makes Davy Garcia pitch game 2. Then they pull the guy out of the game. They don't even give him a chance, and they put in J. Happ.
Yeah, man.
I mean, and then the series just fell off after that. They just completely fell off.
They let that kid pitch, what, 1 inning or something like that?
Yeah, they took him out after he gave up a home run, and they put in J. Happ. Of course they're going to lose.
Unbelievable.
I mean, that's the Yankees for you. It's somehow they'll find a way to lose. Just like you say, how teams find a way to win. This team always finds a way to lose every time. There's not one thing. When you think there can't be any way they could possibly screw something up, they always screw it up. They always find a way to lose, this team. Somehow, some way, they will find a way to lose. The impossible always happens. The unthinkable always happens with the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
The unthinkable happens to these people. Yeah, man, it's true.
Every time. Something always will happen. I mean, I'm telling you, what is it, UFO going to come and capture them next? I mean, they have no luck, this team.
They always lose in a, historical way,
and they did in 2004. That was the real unthinkable. No one thought when they won up 3 games to nothing they were going to blow it, and they did. So this team never ever trust the Yankees. This team will screw up every way possible. Never ever trust this team. They're pitiful with runners in scoring position. They never ever come through in the playoffs. Everyone should know this. They've been doing that for the last 2 decades. They never ever ever come through with runners in scoring position. Never. They always fail. They're doomed to fail every time when they get into the playoffs with men on base. They will never come through. All they do is strike out. They hit into double plays.
Pop up.
I'm tired of this. There's no way I'm being a Yankee fan anymore. It's just, I'm giving up. I'm tired of this. I can't take this anymore with them. They do the same thing. This team could make you just want to commit suicide. It's ridiculous.
Man, I'm sure a lot of people got health problems behind watching this team.
How did this team win 27 championships? This is the same team that won 27 championships? How? I don't understand it. They're so bad.
Yeah, man. Especially the last few ones.
I mean, it's too much. You just can't take it. And all those games they did win, the 13 in a row, they weren't even winning by a lot of runs. They were winning by close games. Their bullpen almost blew a lot of those games. I mean, this team's a joke. They're just not that good. They just got away with a lot of those wins.
Yeah, it's true, man. They just got away with it. Or the team they were playing beat themselves. And that's how the Yankees won.
I look at that winning streak as an absolute fluke now, because they're playing like this. I don't look back at that winning streak. It's forgettable now. It's forgettable because they blew this whole thing. And then if they don't make the playoffs, that 13-game winning streak was nothing. It was nothing. It was a mirage. It was nothing.
Yeah, it was all for nothing. It was a waste of time.
It was a waste of time. Why do this? All the fans. Why win 13 in a row to tease everybody? Why do you do that to everybody? You teased us all. You just went back to sucking again.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know how they did it, man.
That reminds me of losing when they blew it against the Red Sox. It's the same equivalence. When they blew it against the Red Sox that year in the playoffs, it's the same thing. How do you win 4 in a row and then you lose win 3 in a row and then lose the series? It's the same thing to this.
It's true, man.
This team is such a tease. They're like a weird team.
They can't get it together. If
they ever win a World Series, that's going to be the last World Series they're going to win. I'll tell you that one. If they ever win ever again, that'll be the last time they win a World Series ever again. Because look how long it took them. So I think if they ever do win, they'll never win again. That's it. It'll be the last one in their history. I mark it down. It'll be their last World Series in their history. That's it. Because it took this team that long to win. It's like now you finally win. What took you so damn long?
It's true, man. It's true. What the hell happened?
They went through a lot of droughts in their careers. They just...
Yeah, but not like this, man. This is the worst season I've ever seen.
Yeah. And
this everybody thought that
this team was going to have the dynasty. Yeah, right. They'll never win a dynasty. Kidding me? They're lucky if they win one, this team.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, exactly. We'll probably win another one in a decade from now. Not a dynasty, though.
It's already been. It's over a decade.
Yeah, probably. I'm saying we're gonna win a World Series in another 10 years.
Oh yeah, it'll take them another probably 12 years to win because they're so bad.
You know,
how could your team go from so? It's sad that the last time this team won was when Derek Jeter was on the team. That's how bad they are. They suck.
Yeah, man, and they haven't even come close after that.
They never came close. No, they go backwards. They do the same thing, and everybody's like saying, "Oh, well, those teams are better." They were better, but they choked with those teams too, and they had Jeter on it.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they did lose. They never hit runners in scoring position, and with those teams.
Oh yeah, they had some problems too. Later in the Jeter career.
They did. They blew it to the Red Sox. They lost to the Marlins. They lost to the Diamondbacks. They lost to the Angels. They lost to the Texas Rangers. They were losing to teams. Detroit Tigers. They were blowing a lot of big series. They choked a lot.
They sure did, man.
But
and that
this team might be worse.
Yeah, this is the biggest choked season ever.
Well, it starts with management. They have to build from the ground up. They have to get rid of all these guys. Can't keep Cashman on this team that much longer. He's got to go. It's time to go. They had him too long. It's time to say goodbye. He wore out his welcome. He's been the GM since he was a kid, since he was 19 years old. He's got to go. He's been on his team for over 20 years now. When are they going to finally let this guy go?
He should resign. He should resign because of his embarrassment.
Man. He's never going to make any great moves. He's never going to make great moves. This guy is what he is. He's not going to change. He's going to continue to keep screwing up and keep making horrible decisions. That's what he does, Cashman.
Yeah.
Cashman is not going to change. You are who you are. That's it. He's gonna
bring the same type of mentality into the team.
That's what he's gonna do.
You know what I mean?
Keep this guy forever, he'll never win a World Series.
Right.
Guaranteed. Mark it down.
Because even though you change the players or whatever, it's still gonna have that mentality that we're going through now. You know, this I don't know what to call it, man. Like a cursed streak or something. I don't know, man. Yep. He has like a black cloud over them, Cashman, man. Because no matter who he gets,
I think he's like a jinx or a curse, and he purposely, I think, wants to screw this team up and make them lose too, because I think that he gets pissed off that the fans say he doesn't do a good job, he sucks, fire him. And when he hears that, he gets even more pissed off and says, "Oh yeah, I'll make the team worse. I'll get Andrew Heaney." I'm telling you, this guy is the devil. He hates the Yankees.
You're probably right, man. I can't put nothing past these people. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point in time, it's like, yo, your job is on the line. Like, you're there to make the Yankees win.
What's good enough for them is just making the playoffs, and they're not even going to make it. And they're going to have the lame excuse when they miss the playoffs. They're going to say, "Oh, well, it was a tough year, and, there was a lot of injuries." And they'll say that it was a tough division. Oh, please. Nobody wants to hear it, but that's what they're going to say. They're going to say all that nonsense. "Oh, it was too hard to win this year. There was too many good teams in the division." Well, you guys gave up. You had a chance to make the playoffs and at least get in as a wild card, and you blew it. You blew it. I don't want to hear their excuses. They're going to say the same shenanigans that we've been hearing for the last 20 years. I'm so sick of them.
Yeah, it's true, man. They
don't get mad.
It's a broken record with these guys. They don't get mad.
They're a bunch of pussies. Steinbrenner, Cashman, they're all wimps. They're punks. They just dust it off quick. "Oh, we'll just get him next year, guys. We'll get him next year." They're too laid back. So Aaron Boone is too. He's another fucking laid back bum.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll just get him next year. There's always next year. We never win next year. They never even win.
Hey, like Derek Jeter said, that's the worst phrase in baseball. Get him next year.
Yeah, it is. He made everybody realize. I knew before he said that, because you have to realize you got to wait all those months.
12 months, a whole year to October.
Get him next year. They make it seem like it's so like you get over it so quick. No one realizes how heartbreaking it is to lose every year. It's terrible. Yeah. This is torturous, man. This team never wins. I can't take it. That's why I said this is the last year for me. I can't deal with this anymore. I don't know how fans take it. How can you take it?
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, man. This has been the worst season, man. Period.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of losing teams. But I'm just saying. I don't know how anyone can take it.
Yeah, at least tonight, man. One team has to win.
They gotta win the series, the Yankees. Otherwise, it's over.
Yeah, they sure do, man. But anyway, man, let's end it here, man. It's been a good show, man.
All right.
Because these guys are terrible.
They're bad, man. Yeah, I mean, I had to do some ranting there because I'm just tired of this team, and I just can't. I had it up to here with the Yankees, and I had to just let it all out. I just can't, because this team goes from winning 13 in a row to blowing it now. I mean, come on. I had a vent. I mean, I have to let out my.
That's how every Yankee fan feels, man. That's how they all feel, man. I mean, they all want the same thing. I know. I know.
And we were promised this window that they had, and they never won. The window's closed. That's it. They're screwed. They're not going to win with the next group of guys either. That's another thing. The next group of guys that come along on this team, the next core, they ain't going to win. I don't think they're going to win with Jason Dominguez and those guys. They're screwed.
Yeah, they're screwed too, man. That's the way. If I was a minor leaguer, I wouldn't even want to go to the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, and they don't have a good farm system to begin with, the Yankees. So I don't know what this team's going to do, but I like to see what rabbit they're going to pull out of their hat next season, because I think next season is the season that's going to be the last straw. That's it for I think me and a lot of Yankee fans. That's it. If they don't go over the luxury tax and spend big money, this team will never win a World Series ever again.
Nobody's going to the games. Nobody's going to the games.
That's it.
Because I don't even want to go to the games. It's like,
and I don't think they're going to make. No, I haven't went to Yankee games in forever, and I haven't go this year. But I'm telling you, be prepared, because if they don't win next year, they will never win again, and they're going to lose a lot of fans, and it's going to be very, very doom and gloom. It's going to be rough.
That's a fact.
It's going to be very rough.
But anyway, let me end it here, man. I'm gonna go eat some dinner and stuff like that, and hopefully watch the Yankees win. But
that's it. This is what we got to be. We got to be immune to this bullshit. Well, let's hope for a series win, and then the Yankees will stay in the wild card race. So
that's all. That's all we can hope for, man. Now at this point,
hope and pray. I guess you got to pray. Hope for the best.
Yeah, that's all we can do, man. Hopefully it goes good. Yeah. The ball bounces.
And then if they don't make it, then a lot of changes have to be made next year. We know what has to be done.
And they know it too. They better put their foot down. That's all I know. And if they don't do it, and they bring the same type of thing out next year, then it's going to be another.
They should retire.
Another horrible season, man. Nobody's going to want to go to these games, man.
Yeah, and Steinbrenner should sell the team. I've been saying this for the last 4 years now. He should sell the team, because they remind me of the Wilpons now. They're doing what the Mets did with the Wilpons. That's why the Wilpons stepped down. They couldn't take care of the team. They were terrible. That's why they sold it. They didn't care about winning. They admitted it. At least they had the balls to admit it, those Wilpons. They said they couldn't run this team anymore, and they gave it to somebody that cares.
Yeah.
Cohen. The Yankees have to do the same. They're going to have to do it sooner or later. They got to do it.
Yeah, they might have to, man. Sad to say.
They just don't. This guy does not care about winning. The House Steinbrenner does not care about winning. He doesn't. He clearly doesn't care about winning a championship. He doesn't care.
Or have them make, how you say, a CEO or something like that. Have
they gotta do something. We need a shakeup next year.
Have somebody run it.
This was a long time coming. And it looks like this is what has to be done. So, anyways, I'm gonna get something to eat, man, with my friends. So enjoy the game tonight.
Nice, man. Have a good weekend too, man. If I don't get to talk to you, man. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you for everybody for listening, watching. And if you lasted this long, man, you heard some hell of a baseball talk here. So yeah, man, this is the way that every Yankee fan feels. But I'll tell you one thing though, we have never been wrong. We have never been wrong. We have always been right on this show. We have always been right. Somehow, some way or another, we have been right. But I want to thank you for watching. Go like, share, subscribe. And, if you've lasted this long, and Henry, if you're still watching, I'll be in Citi Field on Sunday. Forgot to announce that, but I'll be there Sunday. Batting practice the whole night. So,